Welcome to the world of engineering marvels, where massive machines continually rewrite the laws of construction physics. Allow me to introduce the Komatsu D575A, the most powerful and largest bulldozer in the world. This colossal machine, which first appeared on the horizon in 1981 and entered mass production in 1991, impresses not only with its size but also with its capabilities. An engine with 1150 horsepower gives this machine exceptional pulling power, enabling it to handle incredible volumes of work in the mining industry. The Komatsu D575A, weighing in at approximately 165 US tons and measuring about 43 feet in length, takes on even the most massive projects. However, this is not just a construction monster, but a true master of its craft in mineral extraction, where its productivity is at the very top. Its incredible blade can move up to 92 cubic yards of earth in a single pass. Impressive, isn't it? And there's one more feature that adds even more charm to this giant. To transport it, it has to be disassembled into parts, using up to 6 or even 8 trucks. Despite all its impressive features, only a few dozen of these machines have been produced, and they have become indispensable helpers in the coal mining regions of Australia and North America. In this amazing journey through the world of the largest builders of our time, we will continue to explore their unique technical features and the secrets that made the Komatsu D575A a legend in construction machinery, the origins of its creation. The story of the Komatsu D575A begins with some astonishing facts. Back in the early 1950s, Komatsu amazed the world with its mining dump trucks, such as the HD150, which, with a 15-ton payload, became a revolution in the industry. Mass production began in 1953. Even back then, Komatsu set ambitious goals to develop machines capable of handling large-scale projects and challenging natural conditions. The first impressive step toward creating giant bulldozers was made in 1992 with the introduction of the Komatsu D575A. This machine, which emerged as a true giant of construction equipment, immediately took its place on the pedestal of the largest production bulldozers in the world. The main goal of the engineers was to create a machine for working with enormous volumes of overburden in large-scale quarries and in challenging mountainous conditions. Although the Komatsu D575A won the hearts of mining enterprises, it was not the only one in its class. At the same time, the Italian giant, the ACCO Bulldozer, appeared on the market, which surpassed even Komatsu's creations in weight and power. However, in the context of mass production, the D575A will remain a monument to Komatsu's engineering ingenuity and industrial ambition. Work on Komatsu models was not limited to Japan alone. Since the late 1960s, Komatsu equipment was tested in the harsh conditions of Russian Siberia, which became an important stage in adapting the machines to extreme environments. But the success of this machine lies not only in its technical specifications. The history of the D575A's creation hides interesting twists and significant decisions that led to the triumph of this unique machine. Design and development. The design and development of the Komatsu D575A is a true feat of engineering thought and technology. Aiming to create a reliable and durable giant, the engineers focused on structural strength using high-quality steel. Although the bulldozer weighs over 129 tons, this is due to the need to withstand extreme loads in the mining industry. The powerful SA-12V170 engine delivers about 1,063 horsepower and provides incredible performance. Thanks to the large cylinder diameter, about 7 inches, and a piston stroke of around 8 inches, this bulldozer is capable of moving massive volumes of rock with an impressive degree of efficiency. The development of the control mechanism was focused on simplicity and reliability. The bulldozer uses a hydromechanical transmission and traditional hydraulics to control various functions, such as the bulldozer blade. Operating the machine requires experience and skill, making its use not just a task, but a professional art. Special attention was given to the integration of engine control and monitoring systems. The common rail technology optimizes engine performance and increases its fuel efficiency, which is critically important for such energy-intensive operations. These solutions not only increase the durability of the equipment but also minimize the possibility of breakdowns. The Komatsu D575A is the embodiment of technological progress in the world of heavy construction machinery. It raises the bar for innovation, demonstrating what machinery can achieve when engineering reaches such a high level. But what makes it especially interesting? It's not just its technical specifications, but also the story of its assembly and construction, which speaks to the teamwork and grand ambition behind it. Let's dive deeper into the secrets of the manufacturing process. Key innovations. The Komatsu D575A is an outstanding result of engineering breakthroughs and bold innovations developed exclusively by Komatsu. At the heart of this machine are proprietary technological advancements that have enabled it to become the most powerful in its class. The main heart of this giant is the Komatsu SA-12V170E diesel engine with 12 cylinders and a displacement of approximately 12 gallons. With a power output of 1,150 horsepower, the engine is additionally equipped with a turbocharger and Komatsu's own common rail system to enhance efficiency and fuel management. The hydraulic system from Komatsu is one of the machine's key advantages. Based on a multi-chamber gear pump, it maintains a maximum pressure of about 3,772 pounds per square inch, ensuring high performance and reliability even under the most demanding operating conditions. This allows for minimizing the load on the mechanisms and easily handling massive workloads. This Titan weighs up to 155 tons, making it a true titanium champion in the world of bulldozers. Although the standard specifications do not include specialized cooling systems for extreme climates, the Komatsu D575A is designed to meet the highest international engineering standards for reliability and performance in harsh conditions. This machine sets the benchmark for the entire quarry equipment segment, and this truly allows the Komatsu D575A to remain unbeatable in heavy, earth-moving, mining, and quarry operations. As we prepare for the next stage, we'll take a look at the unique assembly and installation process, where attention to detail and teamwork become the key elements for the successful realization of every Komatsu D575A. Assembly and installation. The assembly and installation of the Komatsu D575A begins with some impressive facts. Just imagine a 12-cylinder V-type diesel engine, model SA12V170E, with a displacement of about 12 gallons and a power output of 1,150 horsepower. Even this statement alone makes it clear that we're not just dealing with a machine, but with a true giant. This beast weighs approximately 152 tons, and building its frame requires a significant amount of steel. During assembly, the hydromechanical torque-flow transmission plays a key role. It provides a tractive force of 240 tons, allowing the bulldozer to handle incredible loads. The control system setup and interaction mechanisms are also designed for internal pressure of up to approximately 3,772 pounds per square inch, making the hydraulics an outstanding feature of this machine. These stages require meticulous attention to detail. At the initial stage, the frame is installed and the chassis is reinforced. This is the skeleton of the bulldozer, and the reliability of the entire structure depends on it. Next comes the installation and placement of the engine and transmission. Every detail is important here because the machine's power and performance depend on them. After that, special attention is paid to the hydraulic system. Using multi-chamber gear pumps, it delivers high performance even under tough conditions. It's also important to highlight the installation of the control and safety systems, which guarantee flawless operation of the bulldozer. At the final stage, the machine undergoes rigorous endurance and performance testing. These tests demonstrate the reliability and readiness of the Komatsu D575A for the most ambitious projects. Here, every detail matters. And as a result of each assembly stage, an amazing piece of machinery emerges, ready for any challenge. This is a job where every component plays its part in a grand symphonic orchestra, leading us to the next incredible chapter in the story of this remarkable bulldozer. Meet the giant. The Komatsu D575A is not just a construction machine, but a true technological masterpiece. This giant boasts a power output of about 1,063 horsepower in the standard version and up to 1,250 in the superdozer modification. At its core is a 12-cylinder V-type Komatsu SA12V170E diesel engine, which delivers flawless performance even in the most extreme conditions. Weighing about 336,000 pounds, including the blade, this giant, over 41 feet long, is capable of moving up to 2,436 cubic feet of material at a time. These specifications make it indispensable on large-scale construction sites. The cab is equipped with electronic control systems that allow operators to monitor all engine parameters in real time, creating comfortable and safe working conditions. The advanced hydraulic system is controlled by a powerful pump. It is capable of pumping approximately 332 gallons per minute at pressures up to 3,772 pounds per square inch, which is made possible by the torque-flow hydromechanical transmission. Even at a speed of about 7 miles per hour, this bulldozer demonstrates remarkable stability and precise control. It is important to note that every generation of the Komatsu D575A, from the base model to the superdozer, embodies the engineer's pursuit of perfection. This is heavy machinery that raises the bar in the mining and construction industries. But is this really the limit for the most impressive representative of its class? We will continue to explore the incredible tests that reveal the true capabilities of this bulldozer. Power tests. The power tests of the Komatsu D575A are an entire saga dedicated to examining the abilities of this construction titan. It should be noted right away that this machine weighs over 150 tons, making it a true giant in the construction arena. Let's dive into the details of these thrilling tests. The tests were conducted at the largest proving grounds and quarry sites in the world, including locations in Japan and the United States. Here, far from prying eyes, Komatsu engineers subjected the D575A to rigorous trials and pushed the machine to its limits. Although the company does not disclose all the details of the tests, it is known that the Bulldozer was tested under the most extreme conditions to assess its performance in various scenarios. One of the key tasks was overcoming steep inclines, which is a serious challenge in itself for a machine as massive as the D575A. These tests allowed the engineers to confirm the machine's reliability and durability. The maximum speed of about 6.5 miles per hour was tested on special tracks to determine how the Bulldozer handles different loads. Komatsu also paid special attention to testing the environmental properties of the D575A. Equipped with a common rail injection system and intercooling, the Bulldozer demonstrated excellent fuel efficiency and reduced emissions. These are important steps as part of global efforts for environmental safety. The test results confirmed that the Komatsu D575A is not only impressive in size, but also combines advanced engineering solutions with practical reliability. But how does this giant perform in real-world projects? This is where the most glorious chapters of its history begin to unfold. Real-world examples of its work. The Komatsu D575A is a machine of incredible size and power. Its heart, a mighty 1,150 horsepower engine that sets a record among bulldozers for both functionality and sheer energy. The weight of this gigantic machine is staggering, about 152 tons. But such dimensions are necessary to tackle complex tasks, such as moving up to 2,436 cubic feet of earth in a single pass. When we talk about impressive capabilities, it's worth noting that in Australia's coal mines, the D575 handles massive volumes of earth, demonstrating its exceptional productivity. However, let's not attribute all the records to it alone, but rather emphasize the contribution this machine makes to the efficient completion of large-scale projects. The size of this marvel of engineering is astonishing. The machine is about 42.5 feet long, approximately 11.5 feet tall, and the blade width is over 23 feet. These specifications highlight that the D575A is built for the most demanding tasks and is an indispensable asset for large-scale infrastructure projects, including hydraulic engineering works. Although the D575A is primarily designed for large-scale quarries and industrial sites, Komatsu is actively working to reduce emissions and noise levels to meet modern environmental standards. This puts it at the forefront of progress in the field of heavy machinery. But its story doesn't end there. Let's take a look at how this engineering illustration of progress impacts the construction industry as a whole. Safety and ecology. The Komatsu D575A is a true giant in the world of construction equipment, and operating it requires a special level of safety and environmental responsibility. Imagine a mass of about 155 tons. It's not only the heaviest bulldozer in its class, but also one of the most powerful, thanks to its engine with 1,150 horsepower. To handle such massive loads, the engineering team equipped it with an ROPS system to protect operators from possible rollovers and included sturdy seat belts and protective grills. Operators of this giant work in a cab equipped with highly effective sound insulation and an advanced climate control system. This ensures comfort and minimizes vibrations, which is especially important during long operations on large construction sites. But it's not just the interior conditions that make the Komatsu D575A leader. Speaking of its technical specifications, it's worth noting the maximum tractive effort reaches 240 tons and the blade capacity is about 2,500 cubic feet of earth. Environmental responsibility is also an important aspect. Although the specific standards the machine meets are not specified, Komatsu is constantly working to reduce its environmental impact, including the development of more efficient and cleaner engine systems. This highlights their commitment to minimizing their impact on nature, even when it comes to such colossal machinery. The Komatsu D575A is an example of the synergy between technology and engineering ingenuity. This bulldozer remains at the forefront of the industry, harmoniously combining power and environmental care. The giant achievements of this monster are paving the way for new standards in construction. But how exactly it has changed the construction industry, in the words of professionals, we will find out in a moment. Impact on the construction industry. The Komatsu D575A is an undeniable marvel in the world of construction machinery. With its SA12V170 engine, delivering between 950 and approximately 1,150 horsepower, this heavyweight impresses with its capabilities. Its 12-cylinder heart is arranged in a V-shape, and each cylinder features a piston stroke of 7.5 inches with a compression ratio of 14.5 to 1. The built-in common rail system and turbocharging, combined with an intercooler, make this giant not only powerful but also highly efficient. With a weight ranging from 129 to over 115 tons, it truly stands out among other machines. The blade width reaches about 24 feet, allowing it to move around 2,500 cubic feet of material at a time. Such a volume of earth and rock can only be moved in a single pass by a true giant, which is exactly what the Komatsu D575A is. Its hydromechanical transmission, known as torque flow, offers 3 forward and 3 reverse gears, reaching speeds of about 7 miles per hour forward and around 8 miles per hour in reverse. This gives the operator control and maneuverability when working in the most challenging conditions. It's an undeniable fact. The Komatsu D575A has revolutionized the industry. It performs tasks that previously required several machines, reducing project timelines and costs. This has allowed for a new perspective on massive projects, enabling them to be completed more efficiently and at lower cost. And although improvements in emission control systems are significant, such machines will always spark discussions about their environmental impact. The Komatsu D575A is not just a machine, it's a global icon of engineering that has fundamentally changed the rules of the game in the construction industry. But what exactly do experts say about it, and what prospects do they see on the horizon? Let's dive into these opinions and forecasts. Expert feedback. The Komatsu D575A is a true giant in the world of bulldozers, embodying engineering excellence and technological achievement. Its powerful engine, with an output of about 1,150 horsepower, highlights its exceptional performance, while its weight, reaching around 150 tons, makes it the most massive among its peers. The length of this giant reaches about 43 feet, once again confirming its record holder status among construction machines. Largely thanks to its power, the Komatsu D575A has found use in the mining industry for carrying out large-scale earth-moving operations. The specialization of this machine lies in processing large volumes of rock and soil, which makes it possible to efficiently construct major infrastructure projects and carry out large-scale mining operations. Despite its often mentioned efficiency, it is important to maintain a realistic perspective on its environmental impact. The Komatsu D575A is not equipped with the most advanced emission reduction systems, such as the common rail technologies commonly found in passenger vehicles. Although the engine remains powerful and efficient, the environmental standards for such specialized equipment are less stringent. Experts also emphasize that the size and weight of this bulldozer require special attention when planning operations. Since the impact on the ground and site infrastructure can be significant, engineering teams must approach the use of the Komatsu D575A with caution to avoid unnecessary complications. This bulldozer embodies technological advancements, but it should not be expected to serve as a catalyst for future innovations in machinery. However, it already stands as a vivid example of engineering evolution, demonstrating the optimization of production processes in construction and mining. Reflecting on the future, we realize that the Komatsu D575A has paved the way for new possibilities, but the real future lies in the hands of engineers who can harness its potential to the fullest. It remains to be seen what prospects the progress of construction machinery will bring us. Conclusion and prospects. The Komatsu D575A is a true engineering giant, astonishing with its power and scale. With an engine of 1,150 horsepower, or about 850 kilowatts, it is one of the most powerful on the planet. The weight of this machine ranges from 114 to 152 tons, but it usually stands at about 150 tons. Its dimensions are also impressive. A length of about 43 feet, a blade width of over 25 feet, and a blade height of approximately 12 feet. In a single pass, this giant is capable of moving about 2,500 cubic feet of material. This is comparable to the volume of a small room, which makes it indispensable in the mining industry and for large-scale earth-moving operations. These features are highlighted by the presence of a hydromechanical transmission, which provides 3 forward and 3 reverse speeds, with a maximum speed of about 6.5 to just over 8 miles per hour. The features of the Komatsu D575A emphasize its role as a specialist in carrying out titanic tasks. But when it comes to environmental friendliness, this is where the discussion of trends begins. The integration of new technologies, including the introduction of artificial intelligence and advanced emission reduction systems, is the direction in which the industry is moving in the future. Machines like the Komatsu D575A have become a platform for new achievements. Although the D575A itself is not equipped with all these modern additions, it continues to shine as a symbol of engineering progress, inspiring new achievements. In the future, new developments, taking the best from previous generations of machinery, will show us even more versatile, safe, and environmentally sustainable machines, true titans in the world of large-scale construction.